Solana does it again. Well, not Solana this time. It's actually Solend. And Solend is a DeFi lending application on the Solana blockchain. Now, basically what happened is you all heard of DAOs, right? The decentralized autonomous organization. It's a really big hype word nowadays, and it's basically a way for users to vote to change the way a protocol is going to be run. So if you want to make a change to a protocol, you can make a vote and then the code gets put into law. Now, a lot of issues I've seen with DAOs happening recently, like you can see with Solend, you can see Solend approves whale wallet takeover to avoid DeFi implosion. A lot of times these DAOs can be controlled by a central organization or a hateful organization and basically deny users the rights or the promises that they were given in the very beginning. So in this case of Solend, they promised users to go ahead and protect their wallets, and they would never seize their wallets or use anything, or the team would never be able to access their wallets or their money. It's your private keys, your money. However, in this case, Solend is asking for a proposal so that they can basically soft liquidate, or OTC, over-the-counter liquidate, one of the largest wallets on the Solend platform, so that way it doesn't affect the network. I believe Cointelegraph kind of points at most of the bad parts about this proposal, but I don't think, I mean, reading the actual proposal itself, it didn't look to be extremely malicious. It just looked to be like it was a huge emergency. However, there was a few red flags for me, and I'll point those out for you guys here. All right, so if you take a look at the actual proposal itself, this is the first governance proposal, I'll let you know. This is one of the really big reasons why this looks so bad, because there was no actual governance proposals in the past, and this is the first proposal they did, and it was on a Sunday, and I believe it was only open for like 12 hours to vote. So at a time when nobody's really looking at the markets, you're kind of taking a break, relaxing with your family, they did this proposal and it got passed really fast. And if you take a look at the votes, only 1% of the people basically participated in the vote, and it was all one wallet, which I'm guessing that is the person who submitted the proposal, which is probably the Solend team. The rest is like 0.04%, so small, right? You can see here the vote, no participation, and they don't have a quorum to be met, which would be like 30%, right? Or they would take an average of the previous quorums. But since this is the first vote, they kind of just passed it from the proposal itself. They take control of this wallet, they get 95% of the sold deposits on the whole Solend platform. So that looks super, super shady, and they should have thought about this before doing that. This could really, really be the end of the Solend platform if they're not careful. If they don't tread extremely lightly and work with the community well, it's going to be the end. And it looks a lot like a rug pull when you look at these numbers. What they did try is, since June 13th, we attempted to get in touch with the whale via our networks and publicly through Twitter. Sent the whale an on-chain message and posted about it on Twitter for amplification. The USDC and USDT borrow rates have automatically adjusted to their max APY, blah, blah, blah. Been in contact with market makers to explore options for ensuring the liquidation happens gracefully. Looks like this didn't work. Their contact with market makers didn't work. And this makes me think that there's somebody behind the scenes, some big investor that is actually putting a lot of pressure on the Solend team to get this fixed, because they don't want the Solana network to suffer because of this, which is probably why they put this proposal forward, and probably don't understand the importance of community and the effect that this kind of proposal would have on the community. Or if the investor didn't realize that this is the first DAO proposal, they didn't think about the fact that they're doing the proposal on a Sunday, and the fact that it was only like a 12-hour proposal time window. So these are all factors that they really should have discussed a lot more in depth before putting this proposal forward. Basically, they decided they can't do anything, they can't do nothing, so the whale will always present a systematic risk to Solend and all the other users. They're showing no signs of action, and it seems inevitable that they'll eventually allow themselves to be liquidated. And this would be really bad for the whole Solana ecosystem. And there was even a few rumors I saw on Twitter talking about how this could be done on purpose. The whale is actually just doing this on purpose. Now, I don't know who'd throw away $21 million on purpose. That doesn't make any sense to me, but we'll see. So they want to grant emergency power to Solend Labs to temporarily take over the whale's accounts. The liquidation can be executed OTC to avoid pushing Solana to the limits. So this whole issue is just about Solana in general, not about Solend. They want to protect Solana from being overtaken by bots again and getting shut down, which kind of leads you to understand that Solana, it's going to keep having these issues unless they can find a more fundamental way to take care of the speed, to kind of manage the speed and put I think they need to put like a speed limit on some of these dApps so that this kind of thing doesn't happen. But anyways, they did come out with a secondary proposal to negate the first proposal, to invalidate the first proposal. And I think this is very, very important. And you can see here, dear Solend community, we've been listening to your criticisms about SLND1 and the way in which it was conducted. The price of Sol has been steadily increasing, and this buys us time to gather more feedback and consider alternatives. We propose to invalidate the last proposal, increase governance voting time to 1 day, work on a new proposal that does not involve emergency powers to take over an account. I think this might be good enough for now. I don't think that they had any malicious intent. I think that they had to find a immediate issue for this first one just to appease one very large stakeholder. And I have no idea who that is. I'm just saying that right now. But it feels like somebody just got a lot of pressure from above their head, and this was their reaction to it. And they didn't take the community reaction to this reaction. When doing it, they just wanted to appease that one stakeholder. That's pretty much it for the Solend update. I'll try and keep you guys up to date on anything else that happens. Please let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. But we need to be proactive in coming up with resolutions to these kind of issues. You guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out, everybody.